welcome back. I'm very happy to have you. I'm very thankful to have you.
Thankful to be here.
We are here to talk about One Piece chapter 1151. I
Dubbed
think
by
the chap
you, HELBAPH.
it is HELBAPH. I was I'm surprised I haven't seen anything about that because oh boy, we're in hell, guys. They've been I don't know what to do. Get the monster trio, I guess.
Dude, with that's like the thing, like with Egghead. Reading Egghead, I was like, how are they gonna get out of this one? And now it's like after every arc, I'm like, whatever, it's gonna be chill. And now I'm like, how are they gonna get out of this one?
It's okay. They have Dorian Broggy. Oh god.
Hey, dude, they got what's the guy with the sword? Jarul? Is that his name?
Yeah, whatever is Jarl, unsure.
All right, he's in there.
I didn't think the cover story came to an end, and it did not. Because the last chapter it said like the end of the pilgrimage. I was like, is this where they end it? No, shit.
No,
Yamato's still out fucking about, and I'm like, heard.
I'm glad it didn't though. I'm glad that they're like, because I feel like everyone wanted Yamato to like be a part of the crew. So like the cover stories make me still like, hey, I like that guy.
Hey, you remember 2 arcs ago that guy
Yeah, he's still dope.
throwing sumo wrestlers around?
Yeah, and now he's got ulti and page one, because why not?
I've heard a lot of people talk about is Yamato just going to recruit, or Yamato Scabbard is going to be all of Kaido's like beast pirates, and I'm like that'd be crazy. Like, is Yamato going to recruit King and Queen? Because I think they are they not still on Wano
Yeah, they're in the dirt, but they're there.
in the Udon prison or something like that.
I hope I hope they don't get recruited. Leave them
Well,
alone.
we can recruit King. King's cool.
But he's too loyal. I don't see it happening.
King's too loyal. That's the son of Kaido right there.
Facts. My
And
bad. My bad.
bloodline rules.
True that.
So actually getting into the chapter, fallout from the last chapter, the freaking Domi Reversi thing.
They start out as just like, oh yeah, by the way, I hope you didn't forget those two beloved characters that you've been reading and watching about for thousands of episodes and chapters. They're bad now.
Oh yeah, and a bit bigger, underbite, black wings. Peak.
Perfect.
Absolute cinema.
Wow.
You brought up earlier in Wano, they also had this stupid board game. Again, I watch reviews, One Piece reviews all the time, and there's a name for the game. I don't know what it is. I think it's
Jogi.
reversal, somewhat Jogi.
Yeah, I think.
Interesting. It was there in Wano. The CP9 characters are using it. What is explain it? Well, I don't understand what's going on.
Because at first I thought it was just symbolism. Like in the Wano thing, I was like, oh, it's just showing, and maybe it still is, but I feel that it got brought back, and this one's a smaller board too.
Hmm.
But again, it's less people versus than in Wano. But the fact they brought it back, I'm like, is there some? And knowing Oda, there's gonna be some like this board controls all fate. Like this ate the fate fruit. We don't see anyone like playing it. It's just it like flips on its own. There's like a shadow
Ugh.
over it. We don't see a hand move or anything.
And the Gods Knights are, I guess, first we get to see Killingham. I've been a big fan of Killingham's design since the start, and now that we
Yeah.
see Killingham's human form, I'm like, you're so cool.
Yeah, he is dripped out, unfortunately.
Also, the subtle emu going like, "Is there not anything more you could be doing?"
Clock in. Let's actually get something done here. You know what I mean?
But it's interesting to see the even the celestial dragons. The Gods Knights bring up like the board's almost completely black, and they're like, "What's the length of doing this?" And he's like, "Till we break it." Break what? The spirit of HELBAPH. I was like, "What's going on?"
What does this board do? Yeah. And I wonder because like they couldn't break like the spirit of Wano, which is like the Kozuki Nine and all that.
Yep.
So now I'm wondering if they're like rinse and repeat. This time we're not gonna fail.
Fools. They said bet on Kaido. Always the
Yeah.
rubber crackhead.
Yep. But yeah, the seeing Killingham is dope, but also like the kids see Drogi and Brogy as demons.
Said Jogi and Brogi.
Bro, whatever. Brogy and Dogi. Brogy and Doggy. The goats, the two giant
Yeah,
goats.
goes the goes.
They see him as giants and or I mean as devils. And now Killingham's power is spawning more devils. And he was like, it's an endless nightmare. Like they can't die. They come back. And as long as they keep thinking and like dreaming about them, it's like it feels like it's gonna be an endless loop, and that seems a
Hmm.
little like on top of everything else. Like he can't kill the God Knights apparently. Even when Yasan sauced the Thorn dude, Sommers.
Summers.
Yeah. He in this chapter he's now like, oh yeah, that hurt. And he's fine again. It just feels like I always say it after every arc of One Piece. I'm like, wow, that was intense. Surely you can't make it worse. Like Dressrosa. Then we get to Whole Cake, and I was like, whoa. Then Wano, and I was like, hold up, Egghead. And now Elbap, I'm like, how were you able to make a scenario more intense than the five Gorosei coming down? Like these
You're like,
three
oh,
Holy Knights.
sneak peek of the main boss, the actual final boss.
Conquer Hockey? My bad. Sorry about that.
Ugh.
I didn't know.
We see whenever it shows all the straw hats, there's a little figure encroaching on it, and I'm like, okay, someone's gonna attempt. Before I actually continue, you bring up the nightmares like spawning out of the holes because the kid's dreaming. I'm curious if like once Luffy shows up in Gear Fifth, or is it just gonna start spawning like little Luffy's or something like that, or like
Yo.
different iterations of Gear Fifth?
That's also like kind of what happened with Bonnie. Oh, dude, I wonder if Bonnie can like, because isn't her
I
deal through like
assume Bonnie should be able
imagination or
to.
something?
Yeah, I assume Bonnie should be able to tap back into Gear Fifth.
Well, I want to know if she can tap into like the imagine, like since he's bringing them out with dreams.
Hmm.
I wonder if she can like, if since whatever she sees, like she can become or whatever, if she can like awaken and like pass that on to like, hey, this is what I'm thinking or dreaming about. Now all of you are, and then Killingham's just like, GG.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry about that. But like the thing is like I again, Killingham and Sommers, they're cool. They're dope. We have Emu in like out here. Really
In the
out here
fields.
in the field going like, y'all taking shit. Man, she got her talking funny. She's speaking in old English now, dude. That's scary. I don't want to deal with that. Like, what? How do
Uh,
you? I cannot wait. Like, I don't want to jump to end the chapter, but like,
no, it's fun.
we get there, you see Luffy, Loki, Harujin, and they're all like, damn, it's kind of messy up there. And then Loki, I think like my favorite part was Loki. Like everyone's like, Luffy looks so intense, Harujin looks so intense, Zoros, everyone looks intense. Loki's got the biggest smile on his face, talking about, "You gotta unchain me now. You better let me free now." And I'm like, please let him free. I want to see what happens.
We all need to see what happens. Also, they have to get up from the underworld, and Loki's a big guy.
Big guy. So obviously Yasan falls down, Chopper. We also kind of like briefly talked about like how Luffy just knew it was Chopper, which is
Yeah, that's
another like
crazy.
interesting small detail. Because with the whole like theories about what was it, the new hockey's infused hockey or something like that?
Yeah,
Permanent hockey. Like now
yeah,
it's
like
like,
infusion into things.
yeah, it's like, is there like an observation version of that? Has he unlocked it? Like,
I also saw stuff like, is it his voice of all things? So I know he has
oh
that. Like,
yeah.
he was just like, oh, Chopper.
Yeah, like that was crazy. But even like
Uh,
so that happens, and then it's still Harujin and Loki
they're
talking
still
about how,
bickering.
yeah, that well, how Loki's like, I didn't kill Dad. That wasn't me. Which I'm like, of course Oda would be like, because the last time we saw them, Loki was like, you really thought I did that? And then we didn't see him for like weeks on
Seven
end.
chapters
Yeah. And
later,
then it
something
comes
like that.
back and it's like, oh, we're still talking about that, but we're not gonna say any details. Shh.
Hush,
But
hush,
we're
hush,
still talking
hush.
about it. Yeah.
Also, I think one of the funniest things, I think the funniest moment in HELBAPH thus far is the whole Luffy figuring out that Scopper is the other wing of the Pirate King, and then they're like, I heard he was the third strongest. Scopper, second.
That's so hard.
I was like, man on death's door. He's like, I'm not going out like this.
Yeah, you can't joke me like that, dog. I ain't like that. And I
But
mean, you got
they,
Chopper and Gerd. Is that the doctor?
hmm
So like, I know that boy's about to be souped up in like 15. He gonna be round two any second here.
is Chopper gonna? Does Chopper have any more of like the emergency drug he gave Zoro and Wano? Like, is that something you can just go like Scopper, bink, and then give all of the rest of it to Loki?
I feel like Loki's like Luffy in the fact like that dude ate like a bunch of meat. He's at full
He's
power again.
he's supposed to be a sun god. He
Yeah.
claims to be a sun god. You better be moving like it.
I hope he's like the actual like his body's actually made of rubber and Luffy's is
That'd
actually made
be
of freedom or whatever.
that'd be crazy.
That would be insane. Chopper just being like, "Yo, shoo," just like
We need to figure out how to beat this guy.
let me take a deep dive.
Yeah, I also love how he was like, I didn't think about that. I'm like, oh well. I was like, better.
Oh, one of my other things that and this is probably copium because
I love copium.
I'm not a Usopp hater. I like Usopp, but when he saw them as demons and he was saying, "What about your pride?" and blah blah, blah, it like from my perspective, I was like, "Is he about to step up? Is he about to step up and do something?" Because now that the pride of the giants is on the line, the one thing that his characters cling on to besides cowardice is being a brave warrior of the sea and these giants. Since
Yep.
Little Green or whatever it was called,
Little
Little
Green's Den
Garden,
Day.
since then, Homeboy has only been like, this is all I want. And like, yeah, we had God Usopp, which great moment, but like, I feel like that was more of a meme and like a,
That's not who he is.
yeah, exactly. And now I feel like I'm hoping that we actually get some Usopp character development. I hope he does something. And again, it could be copium. It could be copium saying that, but like,
I'm kind of hoping that he intervenes with the whole Dory Brogi and Jarl thing. I hope that
Mhm.
Usopp becomes king of the giants. I hope that's like some dumb stuff happens and he's like, I'm the king now, or he just
Yep.
lies about it. And
Yeah,
so, like, maybe that's a Emu and Usopp conversation because there
oh,
has to be a ruler.
that could be hard.
I'm also really confused about why does there have to be a ruler of why does there have to be a ruler in place for HELBAPH? Because he was like, there needs to be a king so that I can take over this place. I'm like, just take over this place.
Yeah, yeah. So like
I
if
was
you
like, you're
killed
already
everyone,
here.
yeah. If you killed everyone, is that not taking over? And like we kind of saw with like the reverie and like the throne room, like
Yeah.
kings are they have some form of like heightened relevance. And I do also like, dude, that's a thing. Like every stupid small detail in One Piece it has a million doors that could open to be a million of the dopest things you've ever seen. And I'm just like, God, just let me in on it. Let me know.
I'm curious if they're going to have a conversation before they leave the underworld because Chopper went down there to figure out they couldn't permanently damage the God's Knights. That's why he chased off Scopper. Are they
Yep.
going to have their conversation? Are we going to tell Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy how to do it, or are they just like, all right, gotta let's go crash out?
Nah,
And
man, it's gonna be the will of the D in Egghead all over again. The
it's
D stands for static electricity. Like, come on. As like someone who like I've started reading One Piece more so, like I love the action. I love like the powers, the characters. I love all that. I want information at this point.
yeah,
There is so like we are what is this? Like 1,000 and something?
11:51.
1151. We are halfway towards 1,200 chapters. And there's like so many things I still don't know. And I'll talk to
Mm-hmm.
people who aren't manga readers but caught up to the anime, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, like I didn't know they told you all this." And I was like, "Dude, they have not told me anything. Like I
Told me what?
promise you, it is scratched the surface of nothing. But like obviously the God Knights are that's the threat.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have shown that they are stronger than Kaido and all, which also begs the question of like, why aren't they just straight up just going out there and just obliterating stuff? Like they could have taken over Wano, but I guess it's not affiliated. Well, neither was Elbaf, but either way,
Neither is Elbaf.
yeah. So like, I need to know more about like why they're doing what they're doing, how you kill them, whatever Yasan says, because that is another dude who knows the truth of the world.
Sommer saw him and peed his pants. Like that was crazy.
Like this dude is a threat. He's that guy. And also doesn't he probably might know something about Blackbeard as well.
Yeah, we still don't know anything about Blackbeard. We
So,
don't even
but
know
is the
where he
Austrian
is.
king.
Shanks pulled up to freaking Wano to go like, I thought Blackbeard would be here. I'm like, why?
Why are you here? He's like, oh man, I just got the tree guy. Dang, this
uh,
sucks. I do like how the Blackbeard has been dodging Shanks while
like the
our boy,
plague.
may he rest in peace, Eustace Kid said, let's get it.
Should have been off screen.
What'd you do to him on screen?
Do you think this is like the midpoint of LBAF? Do you think we're still in like if you had to put like a percentage of 100% is the end of LBAF?
Hmm.
Like, do you think we're at 50? Like, is this about to be the climax? Like, are we approaching that, do you think we're still in early HELBAPH? How much more HELBAPH do you think we have?
Honestly,
Because we've
I-
only been here for like 20 something chapters.
yeah. I want to say that it feels like the climax, but also a lot of One Piece, like a lot of Dressrosa, a lot of Wano. There was a lot of like hype climax moments. Like we get to the island and you're like, oh, it's about to happen. It starts happening. You're like, oh, here we go. And then it takes like another 50, 100 chapters for them just to beat the Topiropo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like it feels like climax, but I think there's too many things unsaid. I do feel like we are in like the first quarter. This fight is going to be like the maybe the first half, and then the back half is going to be like, hey, info swapping, what do we do next? Blah blah blah. Like figuring out Loki, figuring out whatever that adventurer said at the beginning when they were all in HELBAPH that we still don't know anything about. Just
Heaven Layer.
yeah, all that. Like I feel like there's so much left to Elbath, and I don't think it's a place that it's like because what One Piece is good about is that once they leave something, it's like it's there. You can't go back to that island. You know what I mean? So I feel like for the most part, it's going like the islands usually get explored. Now, like
Yeah.
granted, we didn't like Sky Island alluded to a ton of stuff that we didn't find out until Wano. So that like they might do like the whole like, hey, we went to the Heaven Realm. 300 chapters later, hey, you remember the Heaven Realm when all the information dumps? That's probably gonna happen, but I think we're in the first quarter. I think
The first quarter.
when like we're at the climax of this fight, and then we're gonna have to win the fight to bring it to the halfway point, and that's what I think,
So you believe that we're winning this fight?
dude. It look we had a conversation about this earlier where like all of Egghead was like you're not fighting to throw hands except for Luffy versus Kizaru. You're fighting to survive. I think this arc is we're fighting to throw hands.
It's been a while since they've had a real fight.
Yeah, Luffy's like, all right, you're the new Kaido. We go in 6 rounds. I do not care. Like that's the vibe I'm getting off it, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Because with Loki there too, and I guess like I might be overestimating Loki, but with my Copium Usopp buff, that's gonna happen.
We
With Loki being out there, fifth gear, potentially fifth gear Bonnie, potentially Kuma,
still have a
Yasan,
Vegapunk.
Vega, yeah, like Vegapunk might come out. Like I don't. I know emus like I saw the Conquerors hockey. I saw the Holy Knights. There's 3 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not too stressed about losing this fight. I think it's gonna win. It's gonna be a win. I think Elbaf might be cooked, but not to the point of where they don't go to the Heaven Realm.
Hey, that happens in like every arc.
Yeah, we're
Riley
like,
has to get cooked.
hey man, Wano was dope. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a win. Yeah, like I said, we're in the first quarter. Genuinely, the next chapter is going to be either a setup of them like you said, explaining stuff and then ends with them up there, or
Yep.
it's just gonna be straight hands and give a better perspective of like because no offense to the crew, but like bro, if you're a villain and you lose into Nami or like Usopp or Brook, you're probably not really a villain, you know?
You're not about it.
Yeah. If you lose to Jinbei, I understand. I get that. That's
How
okay.
do you feel about how Jinbei's been treated recently?
He's an old man. That I'm just getting that vibe. I'm getting the vibe like cuz I'm going to be real. I'm still riding the high off him versus the Saber-tooth guy. That
Who's
dude,
who?
who's who? That fight, I can replay it all in my head. One episode, by the way, him literally just going, break your hands, boom, bang, secret technique, you're done. Just like he was like, you're yapping too much. Show me what you actually got. So like, I really like Jinbei. I do like on Egghead. He was the move-in guy. They were like, hey, can you go grab this? Hey, can you get on the shit? Hey, and I was like, this
I
dude
think
he
the
knows how to fight.
I think
He's the new number 3 bounty wise. Like, come on.
the One Piece report card it had of like the UPS worker.
Yeah, literally. They were like, hey, Jinbei, yeah, the pizza, the DoorDash just got at the front door. Do you mind grabbing that? We're like, I got this like awakened leopard dude or something. Do you mind handling it? I'm like, bruh. I feel like he has been getting disrespected a little bit lately.
I heard someone say that he's like a commodity. He's like a trophy that where it's like, hey, we've got the former warlord Jinbei, and like it's really
It's
like
fucked up,
he
dude.
should
It's
he
fucked
should be
up.
like one of the strongest straw hats, but it's just
Yeah.
like Yeah, look what we've got.
Hey, look at that guy. He's dope as hell.
We have a black friend in the group.
Can't look at Yusuf anymore after the animations.
They enlighten in the head. You have any closing thoughts, Mister Zach?
What is up with the Brooke daughter link? I have
Yeah,
not stopped
really
thinking about
breezed
that.
over that.
I have not stopped thinking about that, man.
You know what
That
I
is
haven't stopped thinking about?
what the D means.
No, that box behind Smoker. What's in the
Dude,
bottom?
yes. Straight up.
That
Yeah.
plagues me. I stay up at night thinking about that. Like
Box.
Chloe's ready for me to go to sleep, and I'm like, what was in that box, Smoker?
Why was he alone?
He wasn't with Tashigi. Where was he going?
What does he know? Yeah, that's a good
What
one.
is he? Sorry. Yes. Back to Brooke and the daughter.
That's like I just want again, it's another thing where like at this point in the game, it's gotta be significant. It just has to be. Like us like the last daughter father reveal we had was Bonnie Kuma.
And also, I know that Oda had. I think Oda has two daughters, so I know he'd be writing for that underdog dad and daughter.
Yeah, dude. So I really want to know about it. I don't think it's as crucial to the story as like everything else happening in HELBAPH, but like it is just something that like it's just another thing about HELBAPH, man. Like, hey, here's the list. Write that one down, dude. Like
We'll make a list.
literally, dude. I'm like, oh, hey, you remember the mural? Stop. Who is Brooke's daughter? Let's get one thing at a time. I'm getting overwhelmed.
I've been overwhelmed. It's the giant place. Of course, you're getting overwhelmed.
Straight up.
I guess my last question for now.
Oh, I showed this chapter to Carlisle, and I forgot my girlfriend. She's caught up, and she was like, "Doesn't that kind of look like magnetism?" And I was like,
Wait, where? When?
I it might have been the Conquerors hockey. Now that I'm like looking back through the chapter, but like I was like, "What do you see? What do you?
What are you looking at
Yeah,
through with
explain this
those
to me."
eyes?
I
Uh,
would Killer. I love to see him again.
to anybody that ever sees any video I create, there's a gulag, and I'm sorry, there's one Shad editing, and things get. I work a full time job. I've got two healthy sons to take care of. They have four legs and they're cats, but they're my sons. What's up? What's going on in Marijois? Why is Emu here? If
Yeah,
something really is
wait,
going down in Marijois,
I totally forgot about that. Like that's another thing. Like, see, this is why I love talking about it because like
there's always
you get
something.
so caught up. Yeah. Hey, can you guys hurry up? Ritual's on fire. A pause. Huh? What do you mean
Why
by
are
that?
you here then?
Yeah, yeah. What is this
To
more
get you
important?
guys to clean this up.
Oh no, dude. She's probably Emu's probably like, hey, Gorsey, just leave me alone. Go figure that out. I got some idiots over here, dude. Don't know how to take over a country. God.
Go make friends with Garlic.
Yeah. Hey, go talk to dude. Honestly, I
Also,
should.
new
Garlic.
Gorse.
Oh yeah, dude. You think he gets a form? You think he's got a one
That's
of
a great
those?
question. I assume.
Curious.
I would assume,
I'm curious.
unless he's just like, no, I'm just like that. Then I'd be even more scared.
Yeah, Loki. Honestly, they're like turn to your form. He's like, shink sword. My bad.
there a doe fruit in that sword? Oh,
Just hands. It's like that edit I sent
quaking.
you of Garb.
Yes. My last thing is what's happening in Marijois? Why is it on fire? Who set it on fire? I assume it's not Blackbeard, but Blackbeard has done everything off screen, so maybe I want to believe it's the Revolutionaries, but they haven't done jack squad all series. But Dragon claimed that once the God Knights mobilize, that they'll
He
pull
would do
up.
something.
But how would he know the God Knights have mobilized?
Dude, I bet he's very well connected. But that is a good
He didn't
question.
know about. He didn't know Emu existed.
Oh my God, yeah, until so
Yeah,
nah,
because I was
he's
like, there was
true.
someone on that throne.
Dragon's cheeks. My bad. I hate him. I don't hate him, but my copium is that it's I say this for every there's an unknown faction coming in. Oh yeah, dude, that's Buggy. Straight up. Buggy
Buggy's raiding Marijois.
somehow he did not mean
He
to.
has Mihawk.
Look, dude, in Crocodile, they could probably get something done.
They have an army.
Oh, I'm wondering, what if it's a celestial dragon revolution because they haven't been getting the food they
Fed.
want?
Interesting.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, I think that at that point I'd be like, you guys are the worst, dumbest characters in this goddamn. Like, you suck. I hope you burn to death. Yeah, I bet Emu
Well,
doesn't give a rat's ass about them, to be honest.
I don't know what he even believes in. I don't know why Emu does anything.
Emus.
Why isn't Emu here but themselves? Why are you possessing Gunko? What? Why can't you
Yeah.
deal with what's happening in Barishwa?
Why can't you tell us that Gunko is the daughter of Brooke?
I've assumed that a lot. I've seen people complaining like Emu hasn't been doing anything all series. Why is Emu finally doing things? And I did watch it, but I was also thinking about it myself. The hockey knot thing, like that shit really probably kicked him in the gear. He's like, oh whoa, someone's getting close to something.
Hey, ooh, hey, hold up now. Someone's cooking.
I didn't like that. Send all my boys back to the crib. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but that and my only thing about that is like Goldie Roger did it. Goldie Roger knows everything.
New.
His crew knows everything. And I'm gonna be real. Crocus, the doctor, I bet you
Yeah.
could one shot him. No shot that dude got hands. He's living in Laboon. He's been chilling with the newspapers, dude. Why don't you just go, hey, Bop? You know what I mean?
What are the priorities?
I think it's because Luffy is Nika.
A sun god.
Yeah, the sun god. I feel like that's like there's some more like "Ooh, what's happening?" I saw someone say that Emu is the sun god of destruction.
It'd be interesting if there are like different facets of the sun god. I've seen stuff that's like maybe the sun god isn't even real. Like it was just something created by the slaves for cope.
Hey,
And I was like,
fair enough.
that'd be crazy. And
After
since
watching Kuma's episodes, I would cope as well.
since devil fruits are like manifestations of dreams, it would just manifest to a devil fruit. I'm like, I don't know anything.
Please leave me alone. Dude, that's another thing. You could have told me the will it be, but you dropped some crazy, just like, huh? What do you mean?
To hold the D means you have to become a donut. Maybe that guy from Demon Slayer was a Will of D person.
Ring Goku.
I need to wrap this up. It's already gone too far. Have a happy day.
You too.
HELBAPH, everyone. HELBAPH.
HELBAPH. Bum, 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 bum.